Some people can know someone for 6 months and never get attached. Other people can go on one date and suddenly that person is all they think about. Most people assume that means they just fall hard, but I don't actually think that's the issue. I think people don't get attached quickly because they feel too much. I think they get attached quickly because their nervous system recognizes familiarity before their mind recognizes compatibility. And those are two completely different things. Think about the last time you got attached really quickly. Maybe you'd only been talking for a week, but somehow they were already becoming a part of your day. You were checking your phone more, wondering when they'd text, replaying conversations. You started imagining what they were like in a relationship. You caught yourself thinking about introducing them to people. You barely knew them, but emotionally, they already felt like they mattered. You're not getting attached first. You're getting familiar first. And your brain mistakes familiarity for safety. When someone feels emotionally familiar, your nervous system starts relaxing into the experience before you've actually figured out if they're a good match for you. That's why attachment can happen incredibly fast, not because you've carefully evaluated the relationship, but because your emotional wiring has already started saying, I've felt something like this before. Your conscious mind is still learning who they are, but your nervous system still thinks it already knows them. And those are two very different timelines. That's why people sometimes say, I don't know why I'm so attached. Actually, your nervous system knows exactly why. It just isn't using the same criteria your conscious mind would. It isn't asking, are they emotionally available, or do we communicate well? It's asking something much older. Does this emotional experience feel familiar? And familiarity can come from healthy experiences or unhealthy ones. Your nervous system doesn't automatically know the difference. It only knows what it has learned to recognize. Most people think this is just a dating problem. I don't think it is. I think it's an emotional wiring problem. That's what I call emotional wiring. We all develop emotional patterns that teach our nervous system what love, closeness, and attraction are supposed to feel like. Over time, those emotional experiences become familiar. And once something becomes familiar, your nervous system starts recognizing it automatically. That's why two people can date the exact same person and have completely different experiences. One person barely gets attached, and the other person feels emotionally invested almost immediately. Not because one person loved harder, but because they walked into the relationship with different emotional wiring. Once you understand your emotional wiring, your reactions stop feeling random and they start making sense. If you're wondering, okay, but which emotional pattern is my nervous system running? I actually made something for that. It's free. You choose the relationship question that's been following you, like, why do I get attached so fast? Or why do I keep ending up in situationships? Or why can't I let them go? Then I'll use your birth chart to create a personalized relationship pattern starter profile that explains the emotional pattern behind that question. It won't tell you your future. It translates what your birth chart says about the emotional pattern underneath it. Think of it as the first step toward understanding your own emotional wiring. The next time you notice yourself getting attached really quickly, don't immediately ask, are they the one? Instead, ask, what feels so familiar about this emotional experience? Attachment isn't evidence of compatibility. Sometimes it's evidence of familiarity. Your nervous system found something it recognizes. Awareness doesn't stop you from falling in love. It simply gives you the chance to choose love consciously instead of automatically. If understanding yourself is more interesting to you than blaming yourself, you're in the right place. I make videos about relationships, astrology, and the hidden patterns that shape both. If you haven't grabbed your free relationship starter profile yet, you'll find it below. And if you're ready to go even deeper, I also create personalized astrology readings that uncover the relationship patterns unique to you. I'd love to have you here. Subscribe for more videos or explore the links below if you're ready to keep learning.